I don't want to overstate how much Stern I've listened to, but it used to be all I listened to in my car. And when I would go on road trips and stuff, I would listen to like every day, like 4 or 5 hours a day, every day for like years. It got to the point, and I know they only play like the best of the old shows. They're not playing them in order, but I had heard them all. I've heard every bit of whatever XM puts, because they have 2 channels. They have Howard 100 and 101. And I think 100 is the channel where they play the best of that goes back 25, 35 years.
Yeah.
And it's great bits. And it'll be long bits. You'll have like full hour, 2-hour segments because sometimes a bit goes on for multiple days even, and they'll edit it together so the bit goes on for days. But the other channel is today's episode getting aired and stuff. But I listened to the point where there were no more best ofs anymore, and I didn't really care for his new interview style, so I just canceled my XM.
You just got to listen to old O&A on YouTube. But yeah, the Stern, it's funny that this came up because it was just a couple days ago that I saw Beetlejuice was on some like Barstool Sports interview. And I like listened to that, and it was pretty funny. I listened to some of it. It was pretty funny. And then I just got suggested maybe Eric the retard or Dylan the retard. Eric and Dylan. I picked the guys from the school shooting in Columbine because we talked about that for so long.
Eric the actor died.
Okay, well then who's the retard? Billy the retard or something? Sammy the retard? It was him versus Beetlejuice in a trivia competition. And
White guy, right?
Yeah, it was a white guy with no teeth up in the front. And I was laughing very hard at that trivia competition, I'll say. And so that was the best bit I've ever heard from Howard Stern. And I'm not a Howard guy, so I don't know too much about his historic bits.
I can recommend some good ones. He had one called Dumb as a Box of Rocks, I think, where he has 3 beautiful women who are complete airheads. And it's fun to see him absolutely refuse to say that they're stupid. He apologizes to them. He's like, well, I'm so sorry. You didn't know who figured that old gravity thing out. So you have to say the thing. And I hate that you have to say it, but now you've got to say it. And she goes, I'm as dumb as a box of rockets. All right, rocks. All right, let's move along. and they are. Both of them are dumb as a box of fucking rocks. I like those. I like the dirty ones too.
Did they say rockets or did you just slip?
I fucked up. It's
I don't like
the concept that they messed up box of rocks.
I would like.
I don't like the dirty ones.
I should have lied.
Like the you were saying like the dirty ones can be funny. The dirty ones, both with O&A and I assume other shows, where it's like we're gonna have a porn star on and she's gonna put a wiffle ball bat in her pussy. I'm like, I'm not interested. Not that kind of dirty. I want comedians to come in and just riff with each other. That's the whole vibe I'm going for with a radio.
Imagine this: you bring in a comedian or a celebrity, they're sitting there thinking that I'm on the Howard Stern show. This is A1 prime time. I don't know, 12 million people are going out live right now. This is big for my project. It's big for my career. And then Howard has someone come in and start vomiting on the floor. Like these are things that he would do such awful things. He would have a normal guest. He'd be like, all right, now it's time for our second guest. And it's this guy who wants a woman to vomit on him real bad. So we're going to get to that. Or he would have, I remember there was a stripper and I think they were doing a thing for maybe Manscaped or something like that. Like maybe a razor company.
So recent.
So they had, I think that they had her like shave Beetlejuice, who was a black midget retard. She shaved his
the triple threat
completely. Yeah.
If only he was bisexual, damn it.
Nope, straight as an arrow.
She shaved his pubic hair completely with that razor, and it's on YouTube unedited. I've heard just shaving this guy's dick and balls.
God bless America.
My favorite bit ever, though. My favorite bit ever is when they got. And I'm spacing on his name, but it's the retarded white guy. It's the very retarded white
Gary
guy.
the retard?
Gary the retard.
Does that sound right?
They got Gary the retard.
Look, gave it away.
They told him that he was going to space, and they convinced him of it. And they put him in a cardboard spaceship, and Howard's talking to him, and he's like, all right, we're blasting off in 5. And they do a whole countdown with like sound effects, and then they shake the box. And he gets scared. He gets scared on the way up to the moon, and he's
he's retarded.
he gets actually scared and it's not funny anymore. And Howard's like, all right, we're going to bring you back, Eric. We're bringing Eric back to Earth. Bring him back. Hurry. All right, you're back. And they lift it off and he's like, whoa. Like he's glad to be back. Like
I think he really believed it.
He's very retarded.
Either that or he played into it a bit, but like I haven't seen that bit, so I'll trust Kyle's judgment on it.
He said, I'm getting scared.
The trivia thing that made me laugh really hard with this between Beetlejuice and Gary the Retard was that like Beetlejuice is a higher, like if Gary the Retard is like a level 20 retard, Beetlejuice is like a level 55 first prestige retard. Like he's a much more retarded person. And so like they ask stuff, and one of the questions was, they were like, Beetlejuice spell red. And I didn't get it until I looked him up on YouTube app or on Google afterward, but he kept going LSTER or LSTR or LESTR. And apparently his real name is Lester. And so he kept trying to spell
his name
Lester. And then they would go, Gary, chance to steal, spell red. And then Gary would go, R-E-D. Yeah, that's Gary and Beetlejuice. And then they went and they did this question 3 times. So they went, correct, the R-E-D, Gary gets the point. Beetlejuice, your second question, spell red. And then he's like, L-S-T-A-R. And they're like, incorrect, Gary, chance to steal, spell red. R-E-D. And they're like, another point. Now Beetlejuice, chance to catch up, spell red. And like they did that a few times and he couldn't get it. So and it was like it was funny.
Threes.
These guys are disabled. I get it. It's a bit. Sometimes I wonder when they fight. They used to fight with each other all the time. Fred would fight with Jackie the Joke Man. They'd fight with Howard. How much of that was real? Because when I was young, when I was first watching it, I'm not young. I'm like 20.
Yeah.
I bought it hook, line, and sinker, right? Like I just completely believe that these guys they weren't friends. They were trying to be friends, but there was fights. Now I'm like, is every commercial break, are they like, you know what? That was some good radio. Well, yeah. When I come back, I'm going to call this guy the C word.
I think that Fred.
I think it's closer to that, honestly.
So Fred is part of the main cast. Like he's not one of the hanger-ons. He's the guy. Like he's the third.
Jackie the
part
Joke Man was.
Jackie. No. Fred's been there the longest. It's been Fred, Robin, and Howard like the longest. Like they've been kind of a trifecta for a very long time. Everybody else is an addition, and they are treated as such. Their contracts are representative of that.
He wrote a lot of the content during his era.
So that's the same spot that helped me with who's the fat guy with the coke problem.
Right.
Fat guy with the coke problem.
Rob Ford.
No, busted up nose.
Rob Ford. That was a crack problem.
You're right. Sorry. You're talking about the nose that was flattened.
Yeah.
And he was a Trump. He did a bunch of fucking drugs. It's like it starts with a B, R or B.
It's Artie Lang.
Artie Lang.
God, thank you. All right, we're good.
No, you're right. So
Make it for the retards, and here we are. Can't come up with Artie Lang.
That's like a position on the show that has like a $600,000 or $700,000 paycheck every year for joke writing guy / like actor. And Jackie wanted a lot more money. Jackie, I don't know what they were paying Jackie. I know what they paid Artie. They paid Artie either $900,000 or $1 million even a year to do that.
And that
job.
should be cheap for Artie because Artie is a real talent. He's a funny
Jackie
guy.
did not get any money, anything like that. And when he tried to negotiate, he ended up getting cut out. And I remember they would mock his little shows that he would do and how no one came. They wouldn't talk about him before. They wouldn't be like, Jackie's having a big show. Let's see how pathetic it's going to be. Because that's how you do it, how you shit on somebody while at the same time advertise for it. If you're playing a bit, that's how you do it. You're like, next week Jackie's having.
So that's what you guys did with Wings, or
we just